Royals, what's going on? It's your girl Q the Queen here, back with another video. So, listen here. We're still in this quarantine. We're still trying to figure out how to continue, to be productive in an environment where we're forced to be indoors, right? So we gotta let our creative juices flow, right? So how's that working out for everybody? Okay. I'm listening. Cool. But if you're new to the channel, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure if you're liking the content, hit that like button. Helps your girl in the algorithms, of course. And definitely, if you have any comments, questions, feedback, hit that comment section. And you're probably gonna have some comments. So just understand, me and my Royals, we talks about it. Now, understanding what we're all going through, we're sharing sort of this crisis and quarantine period together. So therefore, we're going through some common thoughts in our mind, especially as sneakerheads. So I wanted to go ahead and present to you a topic that I was just thinking about, and there's been a lot of conversation amongst friends in terms of just getting shoes and this being just an interesting time in terms of even thinking about it. But I wanted to present how you can control your sneaker addiction, okay? And I want to start off by first sending my thoughts and prayers to anybody that may have lost their employment due to this situation, or just struggling to try to make sure everything is in place. So I don't want it to seem like I'm like shoving frivolousness in or down your throat or in your face, because obviously this is not something that would be priority to anybody right now. Our safety, our health, our well-being, our necessities are priority right now. So I don't want anybody to feel any type of way about just talking about possessions. So I just wanted to get that out the way first. I have a few points here. I want to touch on each one individually. So let's just go ahead and get into it. All right. So again, the topic is how to control your sneaker addiction. I think the first step is to just take away impulse. We all, see leaked images and, IG pictures and just varying things that tempts us to make us feel like we need to have that pair, whatever that pair is. We may have never even been interested in that silhouette, never been interested in that colorway, but we get enticed. There's something sexy about them photos, and we're like, oh yeah, I might need to go ahead and grab those. But if we just take a step back, throw that impulse out of there. And this is not to sound perfect or anything. We all have had impulse buys, okay? This is not something that makes you imperfect. So we all falling within that category. But what I'm saying is, just kind of survey the situation. Sometimes, I know for me, anytime I'm finding myself dealing with an impulse purchase, if I'm in store, for instance, if I'm in store and I'm about to make an impulse purchase, I just kind of, I either carry the item. Well, if it's a shoe store, you don't carry anything with you, but I just continue to look at the shoe. I just keep looking at it. I might circle the store, and then I might just keep coming back to it like, Now, if by that third, fourth, fifth time you go by there and you still like, yeah, gotta have that thing, then it's probably, yours for the taking. But if your interest in it starts to fade a little bit with each time, you're probably like, you know what, I can probably wait. I can wait. Might be able to get it on sale, or might be able to get it just for under retail or for retail, whatever the case. I can wait, or I can just hold off. I don't actually have to have that shoe. Cool, right? And it's not gonna make or break your collection. Like, it's a new release. Literally every single week. So you not getting every single release is not going to make or break your collection, because at the end of the day, you are the only person that cares about you having that pair. Everybody else does not give two F's in okay? Everybody else could care less. So you would be the only person that's glorifying having that particular pair. Because at the end of the day, after you showed that pair on IG or whatever social media that you frequent, it's pretty much over in the eyes of the outsiders, okay? So take away that impulse, okay? That's the first step. Fight the impulse. We got it? We good? Cool. All right, so now that we've taken away the impulse, now we have to decide our want versus our need, right? Now, here's the thing. Sneakers are a possession. It's not the type of possession that would be a necessity, right? So we don't need any of them. No, we don't need any of them. So I want to clear that up because I know some of y'all, you know, be a little extra with your comments. We don't need any of them. I get that. Cool, cool. We got that clear. Cool, cool. Straight. Let's move on. But, you know, as you start to see all of the releases, like I said, there's a new release every single week, right? So you go through all of these releases, you start to gather, maybe make a list of some of the things you're thinking about grabbing, and then you have to kind of filter out some things. You know, what's that pair that, again, is not going to add to your collection? It's not going to. If you are like myself, who is curating a specific kind of collection, it's not based on the likes of people outside of you. You gotta decide. You gotta make some decisions. Like, okay, so this is the style of my collection, or this is the direction of my collection. So is that release gonna add value, personal value, to my collection? If it's a yes, then I need that. Whether I buy it at the moment or I buy it later, I need that, right? Okay, so this other one is a want, okay? So the want is most times just a cherry on top of the need pairs, right? That cherry on top might just be one that you just wear here and there, right? You wear here and there, maybe even a kick around shoe, may even be a beater. I mean, whatever you want to call it, right? Now if you already got a kick around shoe, you just want that other shoe, right? If that shoe is not gonna, let's say there's a particular personal pack you're trying to put together, right? If it doesn't fall within that particular pack, it's just a want. If it doesn't fall under your personal grails, it's a want, right? And again, whether something is a want or a need, you also have to decide if you're gonna get it now or later, right? A lot of things I buy after the fact. And I'm not even talking like resale, but I just don't buy it when it releases for whatever reason. You know, I don't wear my shoes right away anyway. So I give myself that extra cushion to be like, I think I could live without that one. I really do. And then there's those ones like, you know, like for those who've been following me, like the Space Jam pack that I just got, the LeBron thing. Like my mind was made up before they even dropped. My mind was made up. I needed that. I needed that for my personal pack and how I want to curate my collection. If you can kind of make those sorts of decisions, then you're on the right track. Because again, all of the pairs in your collection are only going to matter to you. Again, if you IG stunting and all that extra stuff, after you post that picture, I'm gonna keep reiterating this. After you post that picture, them shoes don't matter to them people. They only matter to you. So if they will still matter to you after you've taken that picture and posted that picture, you need to know. You need to know. So yeah, so just be able to make that decision. That typically, and I'm drawing from my own sort of process on how I decide on when my purchases, just in general. So again, whether something is a want or a need, I do have a combination of both in my collection, but mostly what I have now, because I've downsized on some things that I knew for a fact I could live without. I've already done that already, so I feel like I'm on only a need basis now. For the most part, again, I still have my fun, get something here and there that, you know, maybe I could have went without. mean, again, listen, I'm a human being. I'm a human being, okay? But again, my process is this, like, whether I want it or need it, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna just go straight out and buy it, right away. It could be just something later on. Could be something later on or whatever, but, and another thing, because I am the way I am and I don't buy a lot of hype stuff, I do have to kind of put that out there too. A lot of things I do have the cushion to make that choice. Now, we do have that element of the hype stuff where if you don't jump on it on release day, you pretty much SOL and you're gonna have to pay resale. So, you know, let's not ignore that part. Let's not ignore that part. You know, some pairs you might get a restock, but if it's a collab, if you don't get it on day one and it's a hyped collab, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So, I mean, that is something to consider. But just give it some thought. You gotta just step back and just think for a second. Don't just purchase first. Think first, man. That's the point. All right, now that you've taken away the impulse, you've assessed your want versus your need. Now you have to decide, okay, is this pair gonna add to my collection or just pile up my collection, right? This is your collection currently. So whatever is about to release, is it gonna add to it? Or is it gonna pile up on it? You know, is it gonna pile up? You know, it's just causing all kinds of havoc. It ain't even worth the trouble. It's just, you know, it's just taking up space, you know? Like, I was sitting perfectly fine until I added that shoe, right? So yeah, think about that. Again, if you're like me, I'm curating my collection, which means I am the executive producer and director of each and every pair that I'm adding to my collection, and it all has a purpose and intent, okay? I'm not just buying pairs so that they can stack up, right? I'm not the person I'm not aiming to be able to say, oh, Cutie Queen, how many pairs of sneakers you got? And I say 715 because I've been piling up so I can get to 715. No, no, because at the end of the day, after I tell you the number, it's not going to matter to you anymore. I got to live with this stuff. I got to decide if I want to walk freely in my sneaker room or throughout my house. I got to decide that, or if I want to sleep on the damn shoe boxes, okay? I done piled them up so much, I done sold my bed because I'm sleeping on the shoe boxes, you know? So is it adding to it? Again, if you've been following me long enough, I do here and there, I do like personal packs or whatever. That's an example of curating something that's maybe not an official pack of anything, but I made it into a pack because that's just how I connected it for me. No matter what y'all say or not, that's my personal pack. It's personal, right? I'm curating that. Or let's say you're somebody who like just got into a particular type of shoe. Let's just say you just got into Air Maxes, right? You switched up your style, you went from like foams and Jordans to Air Maxes, right? And I'm drawing from real life story. So without saying names, it's just an example. So you're going straight to Air Maxes, right? So at this point, you're curating your collection now. So you're purchasing various types of Air Maxes. There's specific colorways you're getting for. There's specific, again, silhouettes. You're going down the lineage of Air Maxes, whatever the case might be. You're curating that collection so that it is Air Max dominant, right? So that's an example of what I'm saying. You're not buying Air Maxes and, you know, Jordans and Air Force Ones and Adidas Shell Toes and Yeezys and blase blah and blase blah just to pile it up. No, you have an actual purpose, you have a goal. It has rhyme and reason, right? So those are things that you gotta kind of, and sometimes when you're just starting to collect, you don't think about it like that. You're just trying to add numbers. You're just trying to add numbers. And I get that and I understand that, and that's nothing to judge you for. There's nothing to judge you for, because you're just trying to, you know, be more engulfed in the culture. You're trying to, I guess you could say, fit in. Oh, if I have, you know, X amount of number of sneakers, you know, maybe I'll be able to have a more stronger conversation with such and such, with who and who, right? So I get that side. When you're just starting to collect, there's really no direction. There's really no direction. You're just trying to get your foot into the door, okay? And I get that, and that's perfectly fine. But for those of us who have been collecting and who are very comfortable and confident with who we are in our particular style, we beyond that. We beyond that, man. So now you gotta decide, okay, some people just straight balling, and you know, they don't mind just spending the money. Spend the money on this shoe, that shoe, this shoe, that shoe, this shoe, that shoe. But then they have a bunch of random shit in their collection. It has no rhyme or reason. And they might be cool with that. But that's what I'm saying. You have to decide if whatever release is adding to your collection or it's piling up your collection. These are two different things. Make the choice, make the decision. That's all I'm saying, man. So those are the main points that I wanted to present in terms of how to control your sneaker addiction. Of course, we are going through an economic downturn just from a country standpoint. So finances are gonna be a big deal. I'm not gonna bring up finances because I just think that goes without saying right now. As I said in the beginning of the video, as we all know, there's been a lot of unemployment that has come from this. A lot of folks are pretty much trying to hold on to their last dollars to be able to take care of their households. And you have to do that, period. No sneaker. Here's the thing, sneakers aren't going anywhere, okay? We say what we want to say about resale, and you know, and there is a curse to that, but there's also a gift for people that want to be able to go back and get things. So take care of your business and then come on back and go ahead and get the pairs that you missed out on. It's not going anywhere. Yes, it might be more expensive. Sometimes it's not. The market is very strange, but you know, just take care of what you have to take care of. The community isn't going anywhere. The sneakers aren't going anywhere. At any point, you're ready to come back, be embraced, and share this passion of ours, this beautiful, beautiful passion, this art of ours, man. I just wanted to be a vessel and just give you guys a little bit of information, a little bit of insight, more so, in terms of just thinking about those sorts of things. I think it's another relevant topic just based off of what we're going through right now as a society. I'm gonna get on up out of here and not talk y'all to death for any longer, okay? Y'all make sure to hit that comment section if there are any other points that you would want to add to the topic. Let's talk about it, let's discuss, and y'all stay safe. Stay safe. I'm praying for each and every one of you, your safety. If you have any family members going through this thing, the best thing they have is family that's able to support them in this time. Until next time. Royalty.
The queen is hyped up.